Hey everybody, welcome to SAMA, Seattle Circuit Music and Art. I'm Derek Mazzoni, and thanks for being here. We're still in the middle of the pandemic. It sucks, but we might be getting some good news, hopefully soon. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be as optimistic as I possibly can. If you've been watching for a while, you know that SAMA is Seattle Sacred Music and Art, and it is a program focusing on sacred music from all over the world. Initially, it was started and still will be a concert series in Seattle. If you look at the map, Seattle is part of the United States, obviously, but it's really far away from the cities you think about when you think of the United States. Chicago, New York, obviously, LA. So it's beautiful and it's striking, but we haven't been getting as many amazing artists from different parts of the world as I believe we should. So we were planning on having more concerts. The pandemic hit. So now we're live streaming these concerts, which is a great opportunity for you to get to know these amazing artists and what they represent and the cultures they come from. So once we're able to get them here, it is going to be a reunion, shall we say, instead of a first time meeting, a first date. Tonight I have an artist, a drummer, a teacher. His name is Sanba Zao, Lesly Marcelin. He's a legend of the roots movement in Haiti, a founder of the Samba and Back to the Earth movements. Sanba Zao has been on the musical scene for nearly 30 years. He's not only a master drummer with an encyclopedic knowledge of traditional songs and rhythms, Zao is a frontman with energy of artist half his age. Zao became with the band you might know of, Lakou Mizik, through mutual friends. Originally, he came to give guidance and suggest collaborators, but at the time went on. The band started seeing him as their mentor and portal to the lost traditions that they were seeking to revive. Had him on a KEXP YouTube channel, obviously, and it was a powerful, powerful performance. And this is one of the few Haitian bands that really kind of, started touring. They're on a great label, Kombacha, and they were able to represent this incredibly complex and rich culture in a way that went beyond just tragedy or earthquake or corruption or all of these other things that when you think about Haiti, you see it's an ancient and stirring and striking culture, and it's an honor and a joy to have a few people tonight. First of all, we've got the band manager Zach Niles. Hello, Zach. Ah, there you are. Okay.
Hello, hello.
We're in we're in and who's that beautiful person sitting in your lap?
That that is the band's manager's manager,
There we
Ezekiel.
go. The boss. Hello, Ezekiel. And right now, in Port-au-Prince, this is Samba Zao and Steve Valcourt, who's going to be translating. Hey, everybody! Isn't
Hey
this magic?
everyone,
We're talking to each other right now. First of all, how are you guys surviving? What's going on? Like, in light of the obvious things that are happening in the world right now that seem to be affecting all of us. How is day-to-day life and stuff going on? And for both of you, Zach, you're in Vermont, and Samba Zao and Steve, you're in Port-au-Prince.
hear it. I mean, the connection is very bad around here. I mean, we hear what you said in Port Saint, but yes, we here in Port-au-Prince, things are not it's not the perfect moment here in Haiti. We have a lot of political problem, and uh, Corona is here, and all this stuff. It's like a lot of stuff for us to handle. But we're here with Zao, and then we're happy to be with you, Mr. Total.
Thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
Sanba Zao, c'est Lesly Marcelin. I am Lesly Marcelin, alias Sanba Zao. Somebody call me the Sanba Zao. Yeah. Ah bon, en effet, que pays a qu'on y a là, c'est un jour ou qu'a sorti, un jour qu'on a pression pour sortir. So pay careful out now.
He said right now the country is a bit harsh because one day you can go out and the other day you can't go out on the street. So it's the tension in Haiti right now.
Okay. So, what? There's so much to talk about, but what role does the movement that you guys are part of? What role does that play in right now in keeping people's spirits up? Is there you guys don't have an opportunity to perform and to play, so I'm wondering how are you continuing to help, to work, to present, to create?
Okay, here in Haiti culture, it's for me it's what's left to keep the strength, to keep the courage, which is culture in general, like dance, traditional dancing, painting, singing, all the part of the culture. I think it's the sculpture, everything. That's what makes life, keeps going in Haiti, because everything else, there is question and there is maybe, no, maybe, there is always a tragedy in that. But I think music and culture in general, that plays a major role in how Haiti is functioning right now. Nous sommes passés à surtout qui j'aime qui sa culture représenter en Haïti pour nous avoir une période tout en bas.
Bon, pour que culture est représentée dans le style et zéro, parce que pas de racine qui a marché là. Tout, et depuis le président Matéli monté, c'est plus compas qui joue. Moi-même qui dans le mouvement racine, qui a une grande expérience dans le bagage racine, qui a expliqué la diversité de l'Afrique, qui vient après l'esclavagisme en Haïti, mais et que le bagage vient très très dégénéré. C'est-à-dire que moi-même qui joue racine, il va jamais me passer. Il va jamais même. C'est plus compas, cap mené, petit sourire, comme si bagage club, on a shit dada, c'est ça qui a la mort.
He said that right now, since the last president, they're always they be in a favoritism on certain type of music. So that's why now we have a lot of other tendency that goes up, and the culture, the really roots kind of music are not really as deep as it should be. But here right now, we're trying to involve that movement back, because from everything that comes around the world and what they promote most in Haiti, we need to fight more to play out the role that we have to play in that situation.
Certain art and certain culture does fill the spirit, fills the heart, fills the soul, helps people go through hard times, and Haiti's gone through some hard times, obviously, to say the least. But it's but the vibrancy of the music, the culture, just the beauty that comes is such a counter to the image that we're seeing of Haiti. And I want to ask Zach this question: is like, there's a lot of Haitian bands. What is it that drew you and Jacob and others to Lakou Mizik, to this?
That's a funny question to answer. I wouldn't say that I was drawn to Lakou Mizik. We created Lakou Mizik together. When Steve and Zao were, and also Jonas Artis, who's another member of Lakou Mizik, we all met each other around the same time. And I had been in Haiti doing some work after the earthquake. I had previously worked with a band called Sierra Leone's Refugee All Stars, and through that experience, I really understood the power of being able to tell. The power of being able to use music and the story of musicians to change the narrative about a country. And Haiti earthquake, there was these terrible political elections. It was raging, and the only thing you could hear about Haiti is that phrase, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and all this kind of stuff. And for me, I just knew it as so much more. And my experience again with the Refugee All Stars was such that using music, if you can get people to meet musicians, hear the music, dance to the music, experience that, it gives people a connection that's just totally different. it's sort of trite, but I've used the expression trying to create empathy as opposed to sympathy. Just as a way of, when people think about Haiti, instead of looking at it as a place that feels very distant, and separate, and a place that's and strange, I think through music and musicians, it can feel less far away, and therefore create a much more strong connection, and therefore creating a culture here where maybe we can work, I don't know, on a governmental level. It becomes a way to connect better and do better by our neighbor and that kind of a thing. So anyway, so that was my idea. And then I found these guys who were already working to use their culture and their music. I'm sorry, Ezekiel's getting a little crazy. But they were already using their culture and music, going into the displacement camps after the earthquake to sort of raise the spirits of the people in the earthquake, in the camps. And so my idea with their idea really well, and it was kind of a natural growth where we were gathering people from different genres, and sort of just with a shared dream of sharing the culture to help Haiti, basically.
Okay, that's perfect. It's exactly it's, and the fact that you came in from Sierra Leone's Refugee All Stars is like, this is that's a band that has gone through some amazing, horrible adversity and created something magical out of it. And then at the same time, what I saw with Lakou Mizik is like, this is really, really beautiful work. And it's a connection of cultures at the same time. And then when I found out about Sanba Zao, I was like, wait a second, this goes really deep. This is like a story for everybody. It's not just Haitian. It's not anybody else. It's the story of humanity. And how can we share this? How can we counter just the narrative? And Haiti is so close, but yet so far. And yet we have this, like, we have a significant Haitian expat population. But we don't, unless you're lucky enough to live in like maybe Boston, where there's Haitian cuisine, you don't know much about the culture. And I'm going to ask you a simple question before we go right into the first song. What should we know about Haiti that we're not getting, we're missing? Something that that can help people to get past the propaganda.
Bon, ça le monde pas comprendre de Haïti. Haïti a un problème de communication au niveau de ça que les bagages naturels, au niveau de exemple comme là et gars manger qui montait. Et puis, comme d'atelier monté, par contre, on tenait compte, on mettait des copes ouvrées. Moi, j'ai 10 copes. Alors, exemple, moi, j'ai 15 gouttes. Il y en a qui ont monté 30 gouttes. Pas de monde qui dit rien. OK?
Right. He's saying that the first problem he thinks is communication because everybody is not on the same level of probably living, the same level of education, living area. So everybody, or some people have more money than everybody. Than others, so that makes the communication so difficult that people can't seem to have a right balance to what it's good to be done in here. Since instead for when they're selling the rice, today the rice is a price, and then 2 days after it's another price. There's not a balance between the reality and what people are doing. So that's what he's saying. And in my side, I think that, the problem now. Okay. On my side,
Do we lose him?
You know what happens?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
like
so
Tony Allen said, never expect power always.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. This is perfect. Okay. So finish what you were saying.
What?
Hey.
Loi racine, nous et les lois. Loi basilo, qui moun gage des lois pour yo, et les aïla. Bayo la vie pour moi. Bayo la vie pour moi que des filles. Bayo la vie pour moi Bazoumene. Bayo la vie pour moi Mangolo. Bayo la vie pour moi Zaïlo. Tout ça qui dit bien, je n'en a fait garder. Tout ça qui dit mal. Gardez la Loa, Basilo, qui moun gagne des lois pour yo et les aïla. Bayo la vie pour moi. Bayo la vie pour moi, que de bio. Bayo la vie pour moi, Pansolo. Bayo la vie pour moi, Basilo. Bayo la vie pour moi, Zaïlo. Tout ça qui dit bien, je ne l'en ai fait gâter. Tout ça qui dit mal. Gardez le véo. Loa et les lois, loa et les lois, loa silo, et les lois, loa basilo, qui moun ka jete de loi pour yo, et les aïla, bayo la vie pour
Okay, tell me about that. That's a prayer. Tell me about that, please.
Yes. Là, nous dit que Loa et les lois, Loa, c'est une forme de spiritualité et depuis en Afrique, il y a de grands monde qui ont entré dans les bateaux avec esclaves pour dans l'esclavage. C'est nommé ici. Et puis, grand monde a été scellé. Ça veut dire qu'on loi. L'aime dire les lois, ça veut dire loi, c'est une forme de mythologie, de spiritualité qui peut être capable d'observer des bagages qui sont négatifs, qui sont positifs.
He said, loi, that comes from way back when they were taking slaves to come to Haiti, and then there's one of the slaves that get like the spirit that get entranced, and then she sings that song to call all the spirit to come with them for the good moment and the bad moment, to accompany them for the trip that the adventure that they're going to do. So it's a song that says Loa, so they call the spirit to go on that adventure with them.
Okay.
Loi racine veut dire que c'est son rituel qui est dans racine. L'aime dit loi racine, tout ça qui dit bien, j'ai dans la pégadé, tout ça qui dit mal. Parce que les gens qui dit mal, qui dit bagage diabolique, les gens qui dit que on a là, c'est bagage ça qui est une catastrophe. Et mais nous disons non, que les lois, si on même capacité de loi pour nous, l'entité de loi nous fait appel à eux-mêmes. Et puis comme si dans la loi et la loi sinon et tout ça qui dit bien qui dit mal et que quelque chose dit à la spiritualité ne pas paraître nous là n'attendons nous pas esprit mal avant parce que ce sont bagailles qui n'a metté que tout le monde a servi qui tout est blanc qui tout est noir ou une spiritualité qui qu'on supposé respecter donc même si on a chargé nous on va occuper le monde qui dit bien, qui dit mal, n'a pas gardé.
He said, Loi, the spirit calls the spirit. Loi racine, the root spirit, is the spirit from the original ritualic spirit. Like it's the first original spirit that says, we're going on that adventure. Everyone that said good thing or everyone that said bad thing, we hear and we listen to everything. So we there, we have our foot on the earth, and then we standing strong. Everything that hear goods or hear bad, we dare to hear everything. So that's why it's like we're ready for the good adventure, and we call the spirit to be with us.
Et son musique tout qui montre comme ça là, comme là, son introduction l'introduction l'introduit et toute loi qui va venir dans chanter c'est le premier chanter qui stabiliser pour dire loi attention et vous pas jeter de loi là préparer nous, pas bien l'autre monde loi pour pas venir. Donc c'est premier chanter à son chanter qui c'est veut dire en introduction, en interpellation.
That song is also an introducing to all the other lois. It's like the first song that you sang to say, okay, to call all the spirit. It's loi les lois. Qui est-ce qui a jeté de l'eau? Who's gonna pour the water in the floor? Who's gonna receive those spirit? So that's at the same time that song is an intro of, it's a preparation of getting the spirit.
So,
Okay.
Steve, is it something where at the beginning of a ceremony that they would sing that?
Yes, you find this in intro of ceremony with the
On parle de
Lakou Mizik qui ça
les lois, non, on fait interpellation loi les lois. Qu'on a fait qu'on ouais badé.
So yes, it's an intro. It's an intro, and you sing this just after you sing Legba. You know, Legba is the one that opens the door for the spirit. So you sing Loa in front just to call all the Loa, and then after the song, that would be the Legba song that would be opening the spirit. As you said, Zach, it's exactly this.
Comme si nous, son Loa, c'est pour un son qui directement, même genre avec un son qui n'a Vodou Daomé allié. Son musique, les lois, son qui sortit dans forme d'ethnie, dans forme de tribu, qui pas directement en royauté. Parce que le problème dans Vodou, il y a des bagages qui royauté, il y a des bagages qui Vodou, il y a des bagages qui pas Vodou. Ça qui pas Vodou, c'est nos tribus. Donc, c'est un chanté qui a un rapport avec tribu. Les gens qui chantent à la, ils font appel loyaux, et puis pour y aller, nous pas être avec Badé. C'est beau.
Yeah. He said, since we're touching the Vodou as a ceremony, this song is not from the royalty, it's not from the royalty side. It's aside from, you know, all the ethnic, the tribu or the tribu. It's not from the
tribes.
Royalty side. It's like a tribu that sing that song. It's like another tribu can sing another song, but it's not the royalty, the souvenirs kind of thing.
Okay. Wow. Let me ask you just a quick question on certain countries are very spiritual, religious. You know, you see this in Muslim countries. We just did a series with a Coptic band from Ethiopia. You know, lots of fasting, people sleeping in churches. Is Haiti, does this permeate the entire country, or is this just a particular group that holds on to these traditions? Or is it just like it's everywhere or not?
I think what I would say is, you know, since Haiti is either you want to believe it, I mean, people want to believe it or not, Haiti is a voodoo country. That it's period. That's I know because it's where we come from. People, because of the religion that comes to it and the slavery and everything that came to it, that convert and the Catholicism. Now then, everybody mostly is Catholic. It's Catholic. Some people call it, I mean, yes, but even if they are Catholic, they still watch out for voodoo signs or voodoo precaution, or you know, I think voodoo is the base, but since you know socialement, the society, because of the slavery and everything, everybody you had to be Catholic at a certain point in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, either that, either you die. So people had no choice to be a Catholic at a certain point in Haiti. So because of that, they would say secretly they were doing voodoo, or they, even the one that say they're not doing it any less, even those people, sometimes you see them watch out for some curse or for some, you know, you're not supposed to do this, or, you know, because they still have it in their mind that way, you know, even though if they're Catholic. So to answer your question, I would say totally Haiti is a voodoo country.
Derek, if I might add on to that a little bit, as somebody who's lived there for quite a long time and has married into the culture, I would say that one of the things is that voodoo is absolutely everywhere, and it's sort of more about how you take it. You know, most Christians believe in voodoo, but they just take it as a negative spirit. You know, they believe in voodoo spirits. They believe in job, which are the sort of devils and lugau and different types of things, but they take it in a negative context. And voodooism take it in a positive context as a religion to sort of guide your life. So it affects everybody, no matter which angle of spirit you take it at. It's absolutely, it's not a belief. It's just is. It's just real. It
Okay.
exists 100% in there.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sanba Zao.
Yes,
Oui. Et bon bagage qui est très très important, on va le faire nous découvrir dans votre doigt là.
there's something very special and important that he want to tell you about that.
OK. Votre doigt, normalement, tout Haïtien qui se petit, grand pas, Afrique, Guinée, Afrique, si nous sommes peuple qui sont en Afrique, nous sommes des Afro-Américains, nous sommes peuple qui sont en Afrique, papa nous, grand-père, grand-grand-père nous, c'est africain, grand-grand-maman nous, c'est africain. Donc, ça veut dire que c'est Vodou, nous y mais bon, grande différence, il y a un Lakou qui sorti Vodou, l'autre Lakou qui pas Vodou, qui Vodou Makaya. Donc, on va l'expliquer.
Yeah. He said, every Haitian, if you are on this is because your grandfather or your generation came from Africa and come here. There's no, everybody is kind of Vodou because you come from Africa and then they bring us here. But there's different kind of Vodou. There's the Vodou, which is what it is, and there's the Makaya Vodou.
Et spécialement, l'aime dit que tout le monde Vaudois, parce que le mot Vaudois, il signifie ombre et lumière.
Vodou means, and generally, Vodou means light and darkness. It's like a balance between light and darkness.
Lumière. Ça veut dire que, il dit que n'importe monde car Vodou, même si t'es blanc, même si t'es noir.
So everybody can have that, the Vodou, either you white, either you black, either it's.
Premier côté Vodou a sorti, il sorti, premier côté Vodou sorti, c'est Rada, tambour avec l'autre forme tambour.
The first place that Vodou came from is from Rada.
I got it.
And the Conga Rada, the Conga tambour is different.
Tambour ça a fait bien dans l'estomac maintenant. Son tambour Rada lié, il sorti dans sud-est Bénin, l'Afrique qui c'était zone Dahomey. Son zone sud-est, c'est là Vodou premier sorti.
Where Vodou came at the first time, it was in the west,
sud-est Bénin,
southeast Benin in Africa.
Southwest Benin.
Dans ouest.
Yeah.
Les que vous entrez dans le Nigeria, dans l'ouest, où je que la famille Ogun, la famille qui va bailler esclaves en liberté, qui c'est Yoruba, c'est une autre famille qui a un rapport avec le sud-est et dans l'ouest Nigeria, qui baille Ogu, Batagui, qui c'est Olishanago, qui est Yoruba. C'est lui qui va toute liberté à tout esclave, à tout portoricain, qui était brésilien, qui était cubain.
West.
Mais il y a un rapport avec sud-est Bénin. On a nous pas le guider dans notre Lakou. Okay.
He said, that's so much, that's a lot. He said that, okay, from the origin where the Vodou, the Benin side, but we don't say Benin, different commencer.
Dans l'ouest Nigeria.
Come from the West Nigeria.
La famille Ogun.
La famille
Yoruba.
The Yoruba family, the Yogun, is from the
Olishanago, Yoruba.
Olishanago, and he said it's called Yoruba.
Yoruba. Kounyala, l'autre ça c'est lui-même qui Vodou. Ça me dit là.
That is the pure. That is the pure Vodou. That is the where Vodou is, like basically. Now he's gonna tell you the other side, the Makaya.
Kounyala, là nous allons parler de Lugaou, nous allons parler de Diaba. Kounyala va entrer dans l'ouest au Congo.
Now, when we go to the what they call the bad side, the Lugaou, the Devots. Now you go to the west side. Now you're going to the Congo side.
Parce que
Okay.
il y a plusieurs formes d'ethnie. Excusez. Oui, ok, maman. Vodou,
Oh no.
il est tout à fait sain, il est naturel. Mais l'autre ethnie qui est dans la tribu, il y a dans le Congo, il est sorti dans la tribu. Dans la tribu, que vous connaissez de monde qui est comme dans l'autre exemple. En Haïti, nous adoptons tout ça qui sorti de l'Afrique. Nous avons adopté Congo, il y a un Congo qui va pétrole. Il y a un Congo qui la donne. Là, on part dans sucré, on doit dire oui.
Yeah, that's why there is the Soukness where there's more wild sea. But when you go to Sukri, people always say, I'm the devil, because it's the side of where they you find that that use your fear to motivate everything. So that's the other side, the Sukri. But the Congo side is the wild sea side. That's where you find the.
Ça, c'est dans Vodou Makaya, ça est là.
Nah, the Makaya is the part where
Wow.
The negative side.
C'est-à-dire que
Yeah.
Vodou sorti dans le sud-est Bénin, qui royauté, son Vodou royal lié.
The Vodou that came from the southeast of Benin is the wild side.
Royauté.
It's a Vodou. It's a
Royal.
wild Vodou style.
C'est lui-même qui premier Vodou, il pas gagné tout comme si on est dans la cour Vodou ça, il traité, il va baisser comme le monde.
This is and that part, the Congo side, it's
Souvenir.
It's souvenir. That's where it's the pure Vodou is doing.
When
you get a problem, you go there. You don't pay. You don't pay for a treatment. Because this is the wild side.
Tandis que dans Vodou, il y a un petit Congo qui c'est pétro ou bien qui sorti au Congo dans l'ouest. Lui-même s'il traite ou pas venir payer, la venir toucher.
But the other one, the one that Yatsi Congo, the west side, if he did something for you or he treat you and then you don't come back with what you said you would bring back, which is the money or whatever you would say.
Got it.
The
token.
The money either way. You would get it either way. Either he do bad thing to you or you pay it anyway because that's their side.
Et ça, c'est une forme de mentalité.
And it's the mentality.
Son mentalité pour montrer même dans la religion, il y a une mentalité catholique là, il vient après Vodou. Parce que
even in the religion, you have that mentality in every religion because the Catholic came after the Vodou.
Parce que quand chante qui dit wayo, Vodou quand les familles là. Wayo les loué dans les Vodou quand famille lada, le dit famille lada, c'est comme une nos jeunes shot sur téléphone là, n'a zoom, c'est radar qui fait comme ça. Laisse son radar frapper la everywhere, tout côté net. C'est un son qui symbolisait à toute Saturne cosmique là. Ça veut dire radar et même quand l'homme mourit, ou parle dans le purgatoire, ou parle dans le paradis, ou aller à l'ada. Ça c'est Falada. Le dit wayo parle les bas qui marche à l'ada. Ça veut dire c'est différent. Ça qui au Congo sont notre forme de liée. C'est de tout ça qui dans la tribu. Mais ça qui dans la royauté, yo cool, yo posé, yo tout à fait indifférent de l'autre. Yo pas eux-mêmes pas Makaya Vodou. C'est Vodou naturel.
Foco quite Steve traduit.
I'm going to need to get subtitles because there's some deep, serious knowledge here. I had no idea that it was so. Let's do. This is going to be great. I had no idea. This is awesome. Let's go to this other song. We're going to watch it together, and then I want to learn. I'm learning right now, which is awesome. Thank you, Sanba Zao, Steve Alcor of Lakou Mizik on Sama, Socioeconomic Music and Art. Okay, we're going to kick this right now. This song, we're watching it together, and then we'll come right back. I love this completely. That was awesome. Ah, we lost Zach. Okay, he'll come back. This is all magical right now. That was beautiful. Tell me who's playing with you. I mean, I recognize you, Stephen, but who else is in the ensemble?
Ok, mon cap joué avec moi, c'était deux voisins qui levaient tout petit. Bon, la caméra qui compte tambour parce que c'est un petit film qui t'a venu. Petit film a des petits problèmes et pour te venir. Qu'on a deux voisins plus madame moi qui compte jouer kata, qui vont danseuse folklorique, tout qui chantait. Et puis il jouait kata, c'était sous basse à main et moi-même j'étais sous maman tambourada parce que comme le type de tambour qui cap jouer, il pas n'importe tambour, c'est tambour rada. Il couvre avec peau bœuf, c'est tambour rada, c'est tambour qui sorti dans la cour, royauté, Vodou.
Yeah, he said he had the two other guys that was in the far right is the two neighbors that they grow up with him. So he mentioned them to come to perform with us. There was his wife that was in the kata, and she's a dancer too. And it was me myself, and he was in the tambourada, which is the tambour that come from the Wayote side.
Okay.
Tambourada, c'est lui-même qui tambour. Yes. Parce que il couvrit avec peau bœuf. Ça veut dire que l'orgon tambourada là mon dans sud-est Bénin qui connaît Vodou, tambour ça fait 1 million d'années pas jamais de problème.
He said that conga is a rada conga that from Congo Benin, and it covered with the cow skin, and he can stay there for a long time and never get damaged. It's a kind of a lifetime conga, if you can say that.
Yeah.
Special conga. Ça veut dire que il y a une piquette qui entre dans le pot en bois. Piquette ça qui entre là, c'est la donne qu'on accorde tambour. Vous frappez pour tambour up.
That's where you tune the congas. It's when the sticks that surround the top.
Yeah.
That's where you tune the conga with those sticks.
C'est un tambour qui a duré en plus de temps.
You can't stay for a long time.
C'est lui-même qui tambour Vodou.
It's the real Vodou conga.
Tandis que l'autre prend tambour Yayati Congo, Soto Congo, son tambour à ligne, il couvre avec peau cabri.
The conga that came from the Congo is a conga that has a leash, kind of like a rope around it, and then it's covered with a goat skin.
Ça veut dire que chaque un an, ou ka changer tambour.
Every 1 year, you have to change that skin from the goat skin.
Les radars prêtés en plus de temps.
Yes.
Okay. Who made the drum? Who made the drums?
Yes.
That's okay.
Oui. Moi, j'ai tout appelé le monde de John et my wife play the kata boulaye John et my negbo play the second drum. Second drum in Vodou Daomé is named the Gonde. Second is named Gonde et
Zao.
my wife play the kata. I'm playing the mother drum.
Okay.
Maman tambour.
Okay. Our internet's kind of going. I'm gonna get back into the song, into the next song right now, and then we'll come right back in. Sanba Zao on Sama.
Société basilo que ayo sote goloa défend. Adieu, mais nous là, nous défend Goloa. Bouquet, d'ailleurs, les nègres là, yo, bouquet. Gâteau, bouquet. Bouquet, d'ailleurs, les nègres là, yo, d'ailleurs, les nègres là, yo, bouquet. Société, bah, yo, sauté. Goloa, mais nous là, défend. Goloa, mais nous là, défend. Goloa, mais nous là, défend. Adieu, mais nous là, nous défend Goloa. Bouquet, d'ailleurs, les nègres là, yo, bouquet. Gâteau, bouquet. Bouquet, Adieu, mais nous là, nous devons vouloir. Bouquet, gâteau, bouquet. Bouquet, allez, bouquet. Allez, bouquet. Allez,
That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. I'm here with Sanba Zao, Steve Alcourt, Lakou Mizik. Zach Niles, who's their manager, turned us onto this whole thing, and that was beautiful. Like, it makes me really, really, really want to go to Haiti because it's just beautiful. The energy and the just the just it's nice. It warms my heart. It lifts my soul. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that.
Now would be a bad moment, though. Yes. Now would be
Not a
bad
good time.
moment, though.
No, 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 anywhere. No, I'm not leaving my area code. This is the longest I've ever stayed in the same time zone since probably I was 17 years old. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, the last thing you want to do is get sick right now. So close to the vaccine. Um, I I need to thank you all. This is beautiful. This is needs to be shared, and it will be shared. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to welcoming you here and being welcomed by you, hopefully there. And once we get through this, because we started this conversation about like voices being heard, and this. When you say voodoo, it comes with an idea, and often it's like woo, witch doctors and everything like that. But it is a powerful message of like living in balance. We talked about this, the two sides, and how to live in the world and how to live in the time that you have. And I believe that if the pandemic has taught us anything, is that we need to pay attention to as many people as possible and learn from that, and not live in our own little silos. In America, we can obviously see what happens when you don't pay attention and you don't listen to others. You lose yourself, and I'm hoping that with this platform and with your music and everything, that we can share and continue to share more. Thank you so much for being available and making this work. Yep. Do we freeze again?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, okay. The fact that we're doing this right now through blackouts, through dinner, through toddler
Vermont.
attacks, through through
Thank
uh
you.
for,
Thank
through,
you.
through through the high tech that is Vermont,
rural Vermont to
rural
Prince to
Vermont.
Seattle.
There's some cow over there that's like running a water wheel, which is running your stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you, and Steve, thank you for translating, and we're gonna do more of this. This is great. Be well, everybody. Thank you again.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.